Hey, what's up everyone? This is DCSG 81 and today I'm going to review this, my son's Spider-Man. I'm just kidding. I will review this Marvel Legends Spider-Man from Far From Home. Okay, so I just got this figure. Actually, I wasn't intending to do so because I already have the s.h.figuarts one that you can see here, which is my review. But I've been told, or I've been shared many times, that some of the collectors actually mentions the Marvel Legend one is better than the s.h.figuarts. So that is why I get him to actually do a review and have a look at it. And of course the next video will be the comparison with the s.h.figuarts ones. Okay, so let's take a look at the box. Okay, so from the box is the similar design as with any Marvel Legends that we have seen so far. So we have the side of the box that you can see Spider-Man's, of course, and same goes for this side, nothing much. And from here they have another Spider-Man, I think. Oh no, it's a different pose. So they have some readings for you, which is pretty short to say Peter Parker continued his adventures as the web-slinging superhero Spider-Man. Okay, and this is actually a build-a-figure series for the Molten Man, and I think this is the only character which doesn't come with any build-a-figure parts for the Molten Man. Okay, so let's get this open. Okay, so this is the figure right out of the box. Let's take a closer look. Okay, from what we can see here, I would say the sculpture of this Spider-Man is very good. But there are a few things I really noticed which I don't really like. The first thing is you can see the glossiness of the suit. Yep, it shouldn't be this glossy. It should be matte material. This looks like he's wearing a nanotech, which I believe is not, even though I have not seen the movie yet. I believe this is just the normal cloth or fabric material for the suit. So it's way too glossy. You can see when the light shines off. Okay, so even I don't think it should shine off this much. Okay, other than that, we can see that all the webbings are not painted, so it looks like a lazy job to me. The heads, I would say it looks pretty good. Okay, looks very good indeed. Okay, overall the sculpture is pretty well done, just it's too glossy and the webbings are not painted. Okay, and also there's another thing which I would like to point out is the plastic is actually smooth, but you can actually see, if you look hard enough, there are some designs on the fabric. Okay, it should look something like actually I felt that this one is from my son's toy. So you can see that okay, it's not as glossy as compared to this one, but there are still some glossiness. Okay, but for my son's toy, you can actually see the material. Do you see all the patterns on the fabric? It's actually, I can touch it, you know, I can actually feel the fabric. It's even more obvious from the back. Okay, but this one I can barely see it, although it's still there, but it's all smooth. You can't feel the fabric. So I believe this, I mean, this is painted even better in a way, although the webbing is not painted as well. So in a way, this is a much better paint job compared to this one. Of course, this one have very limited articulations, and oh my god. Okay, so it's not looking too good for me. Okay, so yep, so let's go to the articulations. Okay, so for the articulations, the head can pretty much turn any way he wants, because he doesn't have any hinders, so he can look up pretty much this and can look down, not much, but I believe, yep, sorry, he can. Okay, there's a joint here that he can actually pretty much turn pretty a big degree that he can turn. Okay, for the hands I can see there is a butterfly joint, but I'm not sure how well it works. Let's try. Okay, for this hand it works pretty well, but this one is pretty tight, like it just doesn't want to move. Oh, okay, I hope I didn't break anything. Okay, now it's smooth. Must be too tight. Okay, so the butterfly joint works pretty well. There's an arm swivel, and there's a double joint elbow. Of course, the hands can move. Okay, when turns. And then there's a as always, Marvel Legend always have this kind of joint, which looks pretty weird when he actually bend, but he can actually bend. I think he can bend even more than the s.h.figuarts one. And then of course he can turn, and there's a leg swivel as well. Okay, his legs can pretty much not perfect split, but it's still good. There's a double jointed knee. Okay, and then there's a toe movement as well, up and down and side by side as well, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I can move side by side. Okay, so the articulation is I would say is pretty good for this one. Yep, I think he can actually fight heads to heads with s.h.figuarts. So let's get on to the accessories. Okay, so for the accessory, he doesn't come with much except for the interchangeable hands, which are already on the figure. This time is pretty weird. Instead of giving us a closed fist hand, they actually give us a hand which is with a hole, which is meant for holding something, but I don't know what he's supposed to hold on to, because he doesn't come with anything else. And of course, a pair of web shooting hands. This is a must-have for Spider-Man, but this is really odd. I mean, you can still pose him punching on this angle because you can see the hole, but if you try to pose him punch on this angle, then you can pretty much see there's a hole and it doesn't look like a punch, because you don't punch like this, you punch like this. So I really don't know what Marvel Legend is thinking. Maybe it's for holding webbings, but he doesn't come with any webbings accessories at all. Okay, so it's pretty odd. Yep, don't know what he's supposed to hold on to. Okay, so now let's go to the size comparisons. Okay, so for the size comparison, I'll compare him with the Marvel Legend, the same line as him. So we have the Homecoming Spider-Man as well as the Scarlet Spider. So you can see he's very same height as this Spider-Man, but of course he's shorter than this Scarlet Spider. Okay, so next one I'll compare him with the s.h.figuarts. Of course, this is the s.h.figuarts Homecoming Spider-Man, the homemade suit, as well as the recent Far From Home Spider-Man upgraded suit. He's supposed to be the same. So we can see that the s.h.figuarts is actually slightly shorter than he is, which is normal for Marvel Legends to be bigger than s.h.figuarts. Right up next, we have the Mayfax Homecoming Spider-Man, the tech suit, as well as the Mayfax Iron Spider from the Infinity War / Endgame. So we can see the size is it's still about the same as the s.h.figuarts, which means that the Marvel Legend is actually slightly taller than both of them. And lastly, because I do not have any Mesco Spider-Man as well as any Figma Spider-Man, so I can't compare them. So I can only compare with this Revoltech Yamaguchi Spider-Man, which is still the biggest Spider-Mans that I have. Okay, so the final verdict for this guy is I would say I'm actually pretty disappointed with the overall look, because first of all, I actually thought that it should look better. Well, it doesn't really look better, because even if you can see for this one, this is from the Marvel Legend as well. You can see how they actually painted all the webbings, which makes it looks a lot better. I will show this one. I mean, of course, I'll compare this one with the s.h.figuarts one, which have the webbing painted, and it will look so much better. But of course, this is just a small problem, because you can actually grab a Gundam marker and just paint it yourself, which I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, because I suck at painting. I think I will not. So maybe after painted it, he will improve the looks tremendously, but right now he is pretty disappointed to me. The articulation is pretty okay, I would say. Like I say, it's almost on par with the s.h.figuarts, and the accessory is pretty disappointing because he only comes with 2 pair of hands, and even the fisted hand is even a hand that is meant for holding something, but we do not know what it is to hold on to. And other than that, his scale is pretty normal for Marvel Legends to be slightly on a bigger scale, but it's just the overall look which actually disappoints me, because I mean, he even looks less detailed than this guy here. This is just a children toy, and he looks so much better in terms of the the design and the paint, and even the sculpture. You can actually feel it. It looks more like a premium toy than this guy. I believe this costs, I mean, maybe half the price of this guy. Even though Marvel Legends is pretty cheap, this is even cheaper. Okay, so you can see. Oh my god, I mean, if this is have the webbing painted as well, then I think this is really bad. So fortunately, both of them does not have the webbing painted, and if I'm not mistaken, they are both from Hasbro. Yeah, okay. So yep, the final rating for this guy, I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, not very happy with it. Yep, so let's hope that the articulation can actually do better. I'll show some picture at the end of the video, whereby I will show different poses of him and see how well it can do. Until then, before that, I hope you like this video. Of course, do give me a thumbs up if you like it, and also leave me a comment if you'd like to know more about this Marvel Legend. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you are first time here, and of course you are liking my content. Until then, I'll speak to you real soon. Bye.